can I share a motherfucking lesson? And let me just, because a lot of times I be between my two selves when I'm doing these videos, right? And my two selves, one of them is, remain calm so that you could get the appropriate message across. Try to figure out ways that you can get the message across without offending. And then there's the other side of me that's like, yo, check this shit out. I gotta say what the fuck I gotta say, and viewer discretion is advised, and I'm gonna go with that. Motherfucking viewer discretion is advised. Now, I be trying to also be humble, but I keep learning this lesson that humility is not what we think it is. It's not what we think it is. Let me give you an example of what I mean. First of all, I fucking tell myself, be humble, because, this situation can change at any time. Be humble because, if you're not humble, it gives an appearance that you think you're better than. But I'm going to tell you some good shit. I've learned through my meditation that I don't have to be motherfucking humble for no man. And when I say no man, I mean human. I don't fucking gotta be humble to get my message across so that you won't be offended. If I'm speaking to your spirit, if I'm speaking to you, and you can resonate with whatever message I'm sending out, then it's relatable or resonates for a reason. And I don't have to fucking have no type of regard for nobody fucking emotions or what I got to say about my own situation. This shit here is for us to be able to build together, learn together. I'm putting all my shit out there because I'm hoping that the people that's closest to me, even if you're not closest to me, if you recommend this page to somebody, I'm just hoping that maybe I can be the catalyst, I think that's the word, or the example, better yet, of some fucking do's and don'ts. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gotta fucking humble myself for man. I only have to humble myself when I am in meditation, when I'm in prayer. Anytime I intend to or do go before a just God, that's when you humble yourself. I don't gotta fucking humble myself. So with that being said, I want to make a reference, right, to Jay-Z versus my situation. Now, just hear me out, because none of this shit is written. I don't give a fuck if it is pre-recorded. None of it is fucking written. I'm just going with it, because what it is this is motherfucking real ex-wives of hip-hop, or real ex-wives of the hood, some shit. You know what I'm saying? Real ex-wives of the hood. You know what I'm saying? So all of this shit is like real content, and I'm just ad-libbing this shit. You know what I mean? So let me help you, maybe by using this as an example. Here's why I choose Jay-Z's situation, right? I always was in love with Sean Carter. Those that, are close to me, they know that. The reason why I've always been in love with Sean Carter is because, he was a direct representative of hood fabulous, hood rich, and a lot of experiences. I can't say I've had experiences that he had. I don't want to say that. But we have similar backgrounds, similar upbringing, similar experiences. Let me say that. With my interaction with a certain type of man. All right? With that being said, as he began to transition, right, I was like, okay, cool. All right, this is good. You know, he's changing into a different type of man. But I'm like, all right, this is good. This is good. Then he marries Beyonce. Now, I was pissed. Okay? I believe at the time I may have even been a little bit jealous. But my thought process at the time was still growth, but it was in a different manner. Meaning this. I said, why the fuck? I remember this shit so clearly. This is why I could say it verbatim. I remember the emotion and everything. I was like, why the fuck would he go and marry that bitch? Now, mind you, me and B are both Virgos, and I don't feel that way about her now. However, at the time, I was like, why the fuck would he go and marry this bitch? This bitch is already established and shit like that. Like, nigga, you came from nothing like we all came from nothing. And you mean to tell me that there was no beautiful girl? Because that's one thing, too, about the hood. They have beautiful women, okay? So I was like, there's no fucking beautiful woman in the motherfucking hood that you dated or that you had something long-term with that you could say, you know what, I'm going to bring shorty with me. No, you go out there and you get you some motherfucking rich bitch that cannot relate to your motherfucking lifestyle. This is my frame of thought at the time. Cannot relate to who the fuck you are. I guess that's the shit that's supposed to fucking make you feel good or make you feel more like a man. I wasn't ready to receive him in another light. I wasn't ready to understand that he was growing as a man. Right? That mentality I have taken with me on my romantic hiatuses. Every motherfucker, and let me just throw this in there as a sidebar. This is why to me Jay-Z was always fine. I'm gonna tell you what, it wasn't just the life that he was living. Yes, it was that. Yes, I can definitely directly relate to the life that he was living because his persona was my type of guy. But real shit, and I definitely understand where Beyonce was coming from when she said this in one of her songs. I can't remember the song right now because I'm trying to get a point. But not only do I love black men, I love all of their features. All the shit that we was taught to hate, I love that shit. So when motherfuckers was like, ow, he looked like a camel, or ow, he got a bit, I was loving that shit. I said, that motherfucker is straight from niggerdom. You understand what I'm saying? He got a big nose, and child, he got them motherfucking soup coolers that'll suck your whole motherfucking face in, honey. Okay? And I love to be comforted. Okay? I love them big ass lips. Okay? I love them big ass motherfucking lips, child. Child, shit feel like motherfucking pillows when you go to kiss them motherfuckers. Suck it. You go to do this, they all the way up here. Child, I was loving that shit. Child, them motherfucking vibrating ass lips. You see what I'm saying? That all you got to do when you're 69, all you got to do is sit on that motherfucking face and he go, and child, you be in the motherfuck in heaven, okay? Yes. I was like, bitch, I don't give a fuck what y'all say. That nigga fun. Okay? To me at the time. But that's a sidebar. First, also in Jay-Z's career, he had a interaction with one of his close group members of State Property, which is Beanie Sigel. And I think that y'all are familiar with that. But if you're not, let me just bring it across to you as this, right? So State Property, Jay-Z Rockefeller was very big at the time. Very big. They was doing their numbers musically and shit like that. Beanie Sigel was a street dude, and he could not keep his ass out of the street. He just could not separate the street life from fame and fortune. And I think, a part of him always felt I always thought that he felt like ultimately he owed the streets something, which is why he didn't fully remove himself. I don't know. I'm not that man. I don't even speak to that man, but I'm saying all that to say Jay-Z had to eventually disconnect himself from Beanie Sigel at a particular time because Beanie Sigel street life was starting to have effects on their commercial success. Okay? And Jay-Z, I believe, was in a position like this. All right. For lack of better words, let me use this. I'm a hustler, baby. Right? And if I'm hugging a block, and if I'm the HNIC of the block, I'm going to make sure my people are going to eat. I'm going to put you on. I'm going to give you what you need to eat. The thing is, after I give you what you need to eat, it is not on me to keep feeding you. You got to establish yourself as a man and make sure you continue to eat. Because I'm going to make sure I continue to eat, and I'm going to be maneuvering over here in my life, and you going to maneuver over here in your life. You know, when we get together, it's just going to be bosses on bosses, and we just going to be able to do us freely, no holds barred. But I'm not going to babysit or try to re-raise no grown-ass man. We all out here. We all decided to do this together. And so after I give you what you need, you going to eat. But it's on you to make sure you keep eating. Now, this is why I'm using these examples, right? So, Beanie got in legal trouble. He got in street shit, that caused him, lung collapses and shit. Excuse me, y'all. He got in shit that caused, all type of street shit he got himself into. And this is how I know he was unable to separate street shit, his old life. Let me put it like that. He was unable to separate or not. He wasn't able to transition from his old life into his new life, right? And this, I'm saying all this to say, right? I don't have to be motherfucking humble to no ungrateful ass motherfucking nigga. I don't have to be humble in my motherfucking delivery on what I'm saying about my fucking situation. Because let me tell you something about humility. It's so sad, but low vibing motherfucking people, they take that shit as a weakness. Because I was so in love with this motherfucker, he took that to be a weakness. Let me tell you about the twist. Because I got so many points that I'm trying to get to while I brought Jay-Z up and how I feel like our situations kind of connect. I was with my baby daddy, a.k.a. Judas, for a long time. We was in the trenches together. I always knew who the fuck I was as a woman. And I always knew I had the potential to do better, be more. I didn't have a plan on how to get there. But I knew that I had it in me to do it. The true test for me came when he was removed from the family dynamic, because now I had, to a degree, a loss of income. But to a degree, a loss of another income meant that we fell under the guidelines of the status quo in the hood. You know what I'm saying? We fell under that. So my thing was, okay, now what I have to do is I have to get on my motherfucking job. I got to get out my feelings because I was crushed. I said I had to hold all this shit down because I am becoming a parent again. It's going to be more of us. I got to step my shit up so that I can put us in a better position. I'm going to stay by my man's side because we was in the motherfucking trenches together. Long story short is, you got to understand the transition of motherfucking growth, my nigga. You got to know when it's time for you to grow and go. Because, baby, where you're en route to going, everybody can't motherfucking come with you. Right? I was dedicated to niggerdom. I was dedicated to hoodnomics. I thought, Jay-Z was wrong for choosing B. I felt like he should have fucking, took a chick from the hood that could use the help, could use the guidance, could use the love and support of a real man. I felt like he should have took that from the hood and helped her come up. But they still remain together, you know. Now that I am in this situation, I see that his thought process was, everybody that's from the hood, you cannot take with you. Everybody that's from the hood, right? Like, you don't owe the hood any fucking thing. Your mentality, your romanticizing the hood, your motherfucking normalizing trauma is not a dedication to the hood. You are not committing any kind of community service by bringing a raggedy motherfucker with you on your road to where God is taking you. Because I think a lot of us women that grew up in the hood and that, you know, are subjected to these hood relationships, because we're doing the best we can with. I'm not even upset at the decision I made to get with the nigga and have motherfucking kids with the nigga, because at the time we honestly probably had more commonalities than not, which is what brought us together. My fucking issue was, I was being shown over and over again that he was not the fucking one that was supposed to go on my journey with me. However, I wasn't in alignment and I wasn't enlightened enough to recognize that. I kept going off of my love and my dedication and my fucking loyalty. So when you get you gotta understand that some niggas is fucking beanie seagulls, and no matter what the fuck you do for them, they gonna always fuck it up because they have some type of insecurity, self-loathing, project hood mentality that maybe they don't deserve better, maybe they don't want better, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe whatever it is that they do want, they just don't want it with you. Whatever the fuck the situation calls for, some niggas is beanie seagulls. You could give them the fucking package, you could give them the fucking rules and regs, you could give them all type of guidance, you can put the shit in their hand and say, listen, you go and do this and take care of this, and they will still fuck that package right the fuck on up. All right? Then, you know, it reminds me of or enlighten me on how and why he didn't motherfucking choose a hood bitch to motherfucking take with him. Because I chose a hood motherfucking nigga to take with me, having more dedication and loyalty to him and to the hood and to our family. You know what I'm saying? I had so much dedication that and loyalty that I wasn't giving to myself. And so I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, so that's that, you know, it's just I have a whole different type of outlook on Jay-Z. No, I'm on my phone, miss. I have a whole different type of outlook on Jay-Z. I have a whole different on his situation in comparison to mine. And the reason why I use his situation is because I thought maybe I could give you a visual stimulant that way, you know, in compare and contrast to what I was feeling and what I'm experiencing. Because let me tell you something about Judas, right? I don't know if it's his hood ass philosophy. I don't know if he went in that motherfucking place with jail or gained jail psychology. I don't know what it was, but let me tell you what the fuck he thought. And yeah, like you, I'm getting, a little bit frustrated with this unnecessary attention that I'm giving him. But remember, it's not about him. I'm trying to find out my own motherfucking closure to my own situation. So here go the shit, right? Here go the shit. That nigga.
Hi, 434? Do you want any ketchup or sauce?
Yes, please. Do you need this?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me tell you about that nigga. Okay.
All right, have a good one.
Okay, thank you. You too. Now, bear with me because I got to check my shit. Because the other day I stopped by here and they fucked my whole order up. How? I don't know. But okay, whatever. So, the nigga, right, knew the type of effect that he had on me in his separation and in his leaving. Maybe, perhaps, okay, that look about right. Maybe, perhaps, he figured that the trauma and the heartbreak that he caused me in his leaving and choosing to leave in the beginning. But maybe he felt like, if that is what kept me, if the experience and this how you know motherfuckers don't know nothing about love, and you really gotta overstand that with people. Okay? But damn, I should have fucked that up. All right. So the motherfucker thought that, if that is what kept me for 14 years waiting for him, then what he needed to do, and I don't know if he thought this, but I'm assuming he thought this, or maybe somebody fed this to him, or maybe he thought about it. I think it's called Stockholm Syndrome. Because somehow or another, he fucking thought that if he continued to give me traumatic experiences, if he continued to break me down, and I'm saying break me down because when he left, a part of me in my confusion of what happened and why, because I didn't have all the details and everything like that. It just all I knew was that a part of me was fucking gone. So in my confusion at the time, and then deciding to, because of my circumstances, prevail over my circumstances, he didn't look at it that way. He looked at it as, if the trauma is what kept her all this time, if I create more motherfucking trauma, no matter what I do to her, she's gonna stay around. He never felt like I would leave. If I waited 14 years for him to come home and he know that he fucked up 14 years ago, it is nothing that he could do at this point on to make me leave. Now, here's the thing. That's a sick and twisted plot, but I guess he figured some type of way it would work. Not just that, he, upon manipulation, also felt like he could control me. Here's what I mean about humility. I didn't owe that motherfucker. I never owed that motherfucker. I never humbled myself for that motherfucker. What he failed to realize is that he had the opportunity to engulf in a blessing. The blessing which was me. Real shit. God provided a blessing for him through me. Because out of all of his motherfucking family members, God chose me. Why? We all have free will. We all have a certain amount of control over our own destiny. So I stepped up as motherfucking delegate, unknowingly, but I stepped up as motherfucking delegate because I felt that I was showing love and dedication to someone that was loving and dedicated to me. I never owed that motherfucker nothing. For that motherfucker to even think that he can return home and mistreat me the way that he fucking mistreated me in order to keep me. And it's not that he wanted to love me out loud, because I was still a secret. I was a secret. The whoever he was fucking with, and I mean friends and bitches, you know, that circle, that popular circle, them people that he was fucking with, they didn't know much about me. He wasn't representing me the way I was fucking representing him. And if you know me and you know my situation, you know how I was representing that motherfucker. But why? Why should I be humble about the part that I fucking played in that nigga life? Why should I? Because I don't want to ruffle no feathers? Because, you know, I'm trying to reserve, you know, to a degree, his reputation, because I'm still, maybe I suffer a little bit also from Stockholm Syndrome, because to a degree, I'm like, you know what, I have kids with this man, and, you know, I don't want people to necessarily hate him, you know, because people, contrary to what the fuck ever he believe or whatever how it is that he feeling, it's people that really fuck with me, right? I know that. He know that. And, or if he didn't know, now he know, and the famous words are big. But people really fuck with me. And so I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't want people to hate him, but in telling my fucking truth, people feel however they feel, and I don't really give a fuck how these people feel. I really don't. Let me tell you a short story, right? And I think my points be all over the place. I'm not really sure, but it's because all of this shit is linked together. So I hope you following me. I hope I'm not so much all over the place that I lose you. So we had a text message conversation, he and I. And for lack of just details and going through every single bit of it, what had happened was, he said to me, you don't take responsibility for your part in our breakup, right? So I said, I absolutely take whatever I'm responsible for. I absolutely do that. But, you know, it's also two sides to the story. So if you feel in some type of way and you feel like you need to inform me, I'll listen to what you got to say. You know, what's up? He asked me, was I home? I said, my whereabouts is unimportant. I'm alone. What do you mean if you alone? You're alone. I'm saying I'm available to talk. If you feel like you need to get some shit off your chest concerning me, to me, we can talk. He didn't respond back. So here's where my humility completely goes out the fucking window. And I don't have to have no fucking regard for this nigga. Let me tell you something, Judas, right? After continuous yet careful consideration, I do not have to speak to you or hear your side of the story regarding our demise. I already know what it is. Telling you that I'm willing to listen has somehow given you the false impression that I'm awaiting for you to tell me something that, number one, I already know, and number two, that I'm looking for you to provide some type of closure, some type of healing, or provide something to me that you cannot provide. My nigga, if you couldn't provide me with anything motherfucking good in the just about 2 years that you've been home, it ain't a motherfucking thing you could do for me now. I, right, am in this place of not giving a fuck about what it is that you have to say. I don't give a fuck about how you feel regarding our breakup. I don't give a fuck about the part that I played, because one thing for sure, two things for certain. If I didn't fuck none of your friends like your first baby mama did, if I didn't have a baby on you by somebody you know like your first baby mama did, if I didn't disrespect you to the highest degree, not just like your first baby mama did, but any other bitch that you dealt with. Because let me tell you something, motherfucker, I ain't like no other bitch that you ever dealt with. It is nothing regular degular about me. You're the regular motherfucker. And the problem is you having an issue accepting that, which is what brought in the issue that you have concerning the woman that I've become. The woman that I've become made you feel regular, made you feel inadequate, because you knew at the end of the fucking day that you ain't have a motherfucking thing to offer me. I am a goddess. How dare you come to me without a fucking offering? But the sad part about this whole situation is that we had two different concepts of what love in a relationship is. I always knew that I was a goddess. You never looked at me as a goddess. You never fully knew the type of bitch you had. You never knew the woman that you was with. So, I've always known I've had more potential in me to become a better woman. You never took the time out to understand the growth that I was in. See, I had nothing but time. I used my time wisely. Now, you had nothing but time, but you let that time do you. You didn't do that time. And I'm not going to throw more dirt out there of what the fuck actually was going on. I'm just going to keep it like this. I've studied greatly while you was gone, because advancement was that important to me, for us as a unit, for our family foundation, and for myself, mental, physically, emotionally, spiritually. That was the type of bitch you had, that all I thought about was how we would be able to continue to stay afloat in your absence, and then shoot for the stars upon your arrival. But upon your arrival, you somehow decided that I wasn't your standard. I wasn't your level. Because see, you had transitioned to a surface level ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? And you wanted motherfucking control, because you looked at me and seen the power that I had of myself in a woman. And the first thing you said was, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to continue to manipulate this shit. And then whatever fucking blessing she get, I'm going to be able to get it too. But the way I'm going to continue to manipulate it is I'm going to continue to break her down, because the trauma that I caused her in the beginning, that she identified with love, is what made her stay around all of these years. So I'm going to continue to inflict trauma, and I'm going to continue to trauma bond with her, because that's what's going to keep her around. Fully unaware of who I had ascended to in my womanhood. You must be motherfucking careful who you fuck with, people in the spirit. You have no idea the ranks that people hold even in the spirit. Because all of the shit that you have tried to do to me have not worked, and it will not work. what left me in a confused state is, how the fuck could you love someone and ultimately want to see them fail? Because my love was for him was never that. My love for you, Judas, was never that. But this is before I fully accepted who you are. I never fully accepted you as Judas. You was a raggedy ass, and my love for you elevated you. Where you was a regular ass nigga because y'all women, y'all know how it is. It could be a dude that, you see and you just like get home safe. It could be a dude that you see, right? And he ain't really, you know what I'm saying, all of that, but because you look at his potential and you see that he giving that Uchi Wally, right? He giving that real good. You say to yourself, you know what? This is something I could work with. You grow, of course, feelings for him. You feel like your life is changing, and you start to see him through a different lens. You feel like you're getting to know him, and your love for him makes that motherfucker super fine. I don't give a fuck how average he was looking to another bitch. In my eyes, that nigga was fine. Okay? Fine. But he also thought that his looks and his dick game was enough to keep me. Baby, that's little girl shit. I'm a whole motherfucking grown woman out here. I've been raising these motherfucking kids in your absence. I never was shown a token of appreciation. See, I wasn't even told thank you. Not even for being with me. Not just for being with me no matter what. Because bitches ain't doing that these days. Bitches ain't doing that. And if they doing it, it's a fucking time limit on it. Because it's too much out here in the free world that physically incarcerated niggas cannot compete with. Alright? Because while y'all stuck, the world is going to fuck around. So bitches ain't really waiting. Bitches ain't really putting no time in waiting for these niggas. I don't give a fuck how much they tell you they love you. My loyalty and my dedication to an ungrateful ass nigga is unmatched. In your motherfucking absence, these two niggas that I done raised in your absence, thank God, they are good. You feel me? They are fucking good. Because as a mother, as a woman, as a queen, because back then I was a queen. I done ascended into a goddess, nigga. Back then, I said, if I don't take the responsibility of being a queen and strap the family on my back, my fucking family will drown and dissipate. And I'm not fucking gonna allow that. I am not gonna allow that. And I rode that motherfucking wave with you, nigga. I rode that motherfucking wave for you to come home and think that you was gonna mistreat me, because in your motherfucking mind, love is trauma, trauma is mistreatment, and that shit somehow is gonna give me the syndrome to say, you know what, bitch, you gonna stay stuck. You gonna stay fucking with me. I'ma stay doing whatever the fuck I want to do, because no matter what the fuck I did, you was always there. That's just the way it's gonna be. So that's the mentality of a peasant. That's not the mentality of a fucking king. You, my nigga, is not a king. You a regular, degular ass motherfucking nigga. Let's just put all the fucking cards on the table. It is nothing that you can say to me or tell me to say, this is the part that you played in our breakup. The part that I played in the breakup is I stopped eating the bullshit you was trying to feed me. That's the part I fucking played. You can't tell me nothing else. You cannot manipulate me into fucking thinking that I did anything less of the type of bitch I am that played a part in our breakup. Nigga, all that shit is on you. All of it. All of it. What the fuck makes me stand out from the rest is not even the fact that I am a successful woman financially. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. Because I was still in the dirt grinding. It took a lot for me to fucking get here. But I don't gotta fucking tell you that. I don't gotta tell you that. But what makes me stand out from the rest is not even the employed success or the financial elevation that I'm getting to. It's not even that. It's the type of heart that I got for people that I really fuck with. Because if I really fuck with you, there's no motherfucking loyalty or dedication or fucking real nigga shit that's topping that. If I fuck with you, I'm all in, 10 toes down, and that's it. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you from the inside out, and there's nobody that can fuck that up but you. Guess who fucked that package up? You. Our motherfucking relationship was always one-sided. I kept giving. I wasn't even realizing it back then. I was so in love. I kept giving. And people say, oh, you know, and if he watching this, he'll probably say, oh, yeah, you know, I still got some effect on her because, you know, she's still in her motherfucking bag. She's still feeling some type of way. No, nigga, thank God I'm not there no more. You don't have an effect on me to make me feel some type of motherfucking way. This is just how passionate I am about the shit that I'm saying. I'm really that bitch. I'm really her. Just because my heart is real for the motherfuckers I really fuck with. The problem is, somewhere in your sadistic ass mind, you felt like because I was fucking with you so heavy, you would take advantage of that. But you're not a king, so you couldn't take advantage in a positive way and say, damn, this bitch is loving me. She been there for me. You know what? This is what we gonna do. We about to fuck this whole town up. We about to really live. I'm going to come and I'm going to be an asset to all the shit that was laid in my absence. I'm glad that my sons is good. I'm glad that you good. I'm glad that when I was down, you was able to get with God and create a level of sustainment for the family. No, I didn't get that. No, he didn't feel that motherfucking way. That nigga decided to come in and say, you know what? This bitch thinks she all that, and I'ma break her the fuck down, because breaking her is what the fuck kept her all this motherfucking time in my absence, and breaking her continuously to break her is what the fuck gonna keep her. But guess what? Joke's on you, bitch. Joke's on you. All right, and that is why I made the fucking reference. My bad, because I'm getting my shit together. That is why I made the fucking reference to Jay-Z and Beyonce. Because guess what, baby? When you are ascending spiritually, real shit, it's some motherfuckers that's just gonna be left behind, and God gonna allow them to hurt you. Because remember, any negative, low vibing shit, they have to get permission from the creator to be able to have certain access to you. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, dark is attracted to light. So in essence, that motherfucker was only allowed access to me because God needed me to see who he really was. I was pouring so much into him, I couldn't see who the fuck he really was. I was too busy loving that nigga, seeing that nigga for what I wanted him to be, for what I assumed that he was, all because we was in the trenches together. I laid up, I gave him my motherfucking body, I gave him my heart, he did the same for me. It was an exchange. I gotta be there for that nigga. He loved me. That motherfucker don't love me. Love don't motherfucking do that. Love ain't like that. Love ain't motherfucking like that. And this is why I'm telling you, stop doing a disservice to yourself by trying to turn motherfuckers into who you want them to be. You better start seeing these niggas for who the fuck they really are. Because God is showing you, in other words, baby, I have a mission for you. And where I'm taking you, all these motherfuckers that you claiming that you loving, that you claiming that you fuck with, they can't go. They was only a part of the process. He's a great example of what God mean, or what when the people say what motherfuckers try to set up and mean for your bad, God will turn around for your good. See, God knew the heart of that motherfucker. And all the people he was surrounding himself with that was promoting that bullshit. God know the heart of that motherfucker. And I'm not saying that God ain't gonna have no mercy and God ain't gonna have no grace. But see, when he got caught up in that motherfucking situation, he prayed to God for another chance. I don't know a nigga in a fucked up situation that don't humble themselves before God and ask them for another chance when they know they got into some deep shit. The thing was, God said, you know what? I'm going to give you that chance. I'm going to give you grace. I'm going to work with you. Here's how the whole shit got twisted. Because whatever it is that he asked God for, he never thought that it would come in fucking a human form. I don't know how he thought it was going to come, but he didn't think it was going to come in a human form. So when I presented my love and support and dedication to him, he wasn't spiritually aligned to be able to see that and accept it and appreciate it. He like, all right, this bitch, please, she just a regular ass nigga and God ain't gonna use her. And see, that's another issue with, I'ma just say, Christians. Y'all motherfuckers somehow think that God only fuck with y'all. I'm Christian and I'm living a certain way, because, you know, we had a debate about that too. You know, I said, nigga, I'm not a Christian. I'm not. And so you motherfucker feel like, you know, God only fuck with us a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And you are putting stipulations on God behavior and God blessings and shit that he allows in your life and take away out of your life, not even opening or aligning yourself up to see that God played chess, baby. He put people, places, and things in positions to assist you. And so while you were so busy trying to say, you know what, this his ego talking now, you know what, that bitch thinks she better than me, and I'm gonna continue to make her fucking suffer for loving me. Okay, while he was trying to use that, God knew his heart all along and opened my fucking eyes to it and allowed me to be able to fucking see the nigga for who the fuck he really is. And said, look, bitch, you better get the fuck up out of Dodge, and I'm gonna help you get out of Dodge. Because when that motherfucker packed his shit and got on that motherfucking plane, my tongue was silent. I watched that nigga pack his motherfucking shit to leave me. Shit that he wouldn't have motherfucking had if it wasn't for me. Because, bitch, that nigga came home with a guitar on his motherfucking back and a folder in his motherfucking hand. That nigga ain't had shit. But when he came to me, God ensured that I had his basic living essentials covered in order to assist him. Because this is what the fuck he prayed for. And this is what the fuck God was able to extend to him. But he wouldn't motherfucking accept it. So when he packed his shit to leave, he packed everything that God provided for him materially. The shit that I motherfucking bought him, he packed and leave. And all I could do was sit there and watch. Bitch, my tongue was bound. My tongue was fucking bound. Okay? Couldn't say shit. Couldn't say shit. But that motherfucking discernment was up. God said, this is how I'm gonna help you. If you notice, don't say nothing. And after it was all said and done, guess what revelation came to me? You escape further mental damage, bodily harm, and anything happening with your children. Thank God. You was able to escape that by not saying nothing. The garbage took itself out. I knew what it was. So in my protection of you, when he decided to pack his shit and leave, he left out. You do not reopen the door and invite the devil back in. After I allowed you a clean slate to get the fuck out. So nigga, it is nothing that you can fucking say to me in any type of motherfucking conversation to make me accept any more responsibility or manipulate the situation and make me feel like, oh, you know, you did this and you did that. Bitch, you know what I did? I stood by an ungrateful, raggedy ass motherfucking regular nigga that I should have left 1,000 motherfucking times. That's what I did. But it's okay, because it has all evolved into a lesson. So if you want to take credit in anywhere, understand that you was the first and you will be the last with that shit. It won't be near another nigga that I won't do no motherfucking time with. I don't give a fuck if it's 30 days because he got tickets. That bitch, that's going to be a lonely motherfucking 30 days. I ain't doing a bit of time with another motherfucker. But I'm going to tell you some other good shit, baby. God used me as a tool to assist you when he bestowed grace upon you. And all I should do was plant my seeds for harvest season. And that is what helped me not be bitter. And that is what got me to where I'm at now. Like, baby, don't be mad. You're going to be hurt. It's okay. Be hurt now. It ain't never going to hurt this way again. Because what he used to try to hurt you, I flipped that shit around and assisted you in planting your seeds for harvest season, baby. And where God is taking me, Judas cannot go. Judas, is that you that betrayed me with a kiss? Nigga, please. Bitch, I'm so motherfucking good. We don't ever have to speak on that fucking topic. The only thing that we are to speak about is that little boy. That's it. When he needs certain things from you, I just hope that you're able to assist him in the areas that you're able to assist him in. But as far as me and you, we don't ever have to speak on that again. I got all the fucking answers that I need. I don't need for you to clarify a motherfucking thing for me. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't change the fate. It doesn't change the situation of anything. Because all I know is that I don't give a fuck who you did it with. I don't give a fuck. It was the mind thought that you had against me for no reason. Which means that you enemized yourself. You created an enemy. You declared yourself to be an enemy against me for no reason. There ain't a motherfucking reason that you can give me or anyone else why you did the shit you did, why our relationship is over. Unless, like I said, I fucked your friend, your best friend, like your first baby mama. If I had a baby by somebody that you know, like your first baby mama, if I did anything to highly disrespect you in any type of way or disregard you in any type of way, no. You cannot motherfucking say that. You tried it. You remember that. But that's a story for another time, because I see I've been here for a long time. Oh, you tried some bullshit. You know how Satan is. Satan is cunning, and he's a trickster. You know what I'm saying? Like Judas, he gonna run and tell these motherfucking stories to try to make it seem like, I don't have anything to do with this. It's just his time. But it's all good. It was the thought process that you had. Because if you could be like that for a mother, if you can be like that towards a bitch, if you could think so fucked up, so low vibrating towards a bitch that was down for you, no matter what, I wish I would ever disservice myself. Ever. I love myself too motherfucking much. God loved me too motherfucking much to allow myself to be caught up in a motherfucking situation that ultimately is so deserving for who I am as a woman. I don't deserve none of that. I've never deserved it. But you show me everything I need to know about picking apples from a rotten ass tree. So I don't need to converse with you about that. I got all the clarity I need. I got all the closure I need, and that just is what it is. So I don't give a fuck what you did, who you did it with. You're probably married. You might have another family on the side. You might have fucked somebody that, I was cool with and cool. It's a whole bunch of low vibrational shit that these niggas be out here trying to do to prove a backward ass, raggedy ass point. But I mean, at this point, when it comes to you, nothing else surprises me. Nothing else could surprise me. Because if you can treat somebody like me, that was 100% official with you fucked up, I don't feel like nothing else could surprise. It may hurt, but it's just not going to surprise me at this fucking point. And even with that hurt, you know what the fuck I'm going to do? I'm going to be able to cleanse myself from it. I'm going to get it out, cleanse myself from it, and I'm going to keep moving the fuck forward. Because, bitch, I'm a goddess. I move forward. I don't move back.